In this week's chapter of Naruto, the battle with Kaguya is over, the ninja world is saved, and it's Naruto's birthday! Let's all go get a beer! But first, check this out. You don't need a fancy suit or to work at a Fortune 500 company to look like the Monopoly guy. You just need a shitty hat and a monocle to make that happen. But if you want to look like a boss, then check out the Executive Razor from Dollar Shave Club. It has 6 high-quality stainless steel blades and a moisturizing strip, and you can check it out at dollarshaveclub.com/SKG. Shave time, shave money, and look like a sexy motherfucker doing it. First things first, for all those people who had a problem with Kakashi's brand new eye powers, guess what? They just disappeared, so now you can finally go back to sleep. Honestly, I don't think this scene was needed. I would have loved if Kakashi was able to keep his powers in his brand new badass Susanoo, but you can't always get what you want. He is no longer Kakashi of the Sharingan, he is simply Kakashi, the brand new White Fang. I can't wait to see a bright future from this awesome character, and it is a little ridiculous that he is able to have another ghostly conversation with Obito, but it's their final chance to say goodbye to each other and for him to claim his powers back. The big thing about this chapter is it's the end of the battle. Everybody's getting ready to say goodbye. Madara and Hashirama have a really nice conversation with each other, which is probably going to be their final words, and it's pretty obvious that Madara is not getting up anytime soon. A lot of that has to do with the fact that since he was a former Jinchuriki himself and he had all of those powers forcibly taken from him, he is no longer going to live at all. Although, this is pretty expected. Another thing that's really awesome about this chapter is that it's Naruto's birthday! Have the planets just aligned on everything all of a sudden? It's a little too perfect, but it leads to one of the more emotional and nice scenes at the end of this week's chapter, where Naruto actually has to say goodbye to his father. And this is really probably the real final chance he will have to talk to his father and to relay some messages, some things to say to his mother before he himself passes over. Although, I can't wait to see what's going to be happening in next week's chapter because there's only so many things that they need to wrap up at this point. I mean, as soon as all of the Kages disappear, they're pretty much probably all going to be transported outside of the battle. Everybody's going to be released from the Infinite Tsukiyomi, and then we're just going to go through a huge epilogue. And that's where the Naru and Hinata fan battles are going to begin, and that's when the next part of the series is going to begin. It's going to be Chunin exams, and it's going to get crazy. No, it's probably not going to happen like that. It's probably going to end in a couple of chapters, which is kind of a shame, personally, and I'm still trying to pretend that it's not happening. I'm trying to be, like, as ignorant to it as much as humanly possible, but the more these chapters keep creeping up on me, the more I realize that Naruto is ending a lot sooner than we thought. Otherwise, I cannot wait to see the end result of this chapter because Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are back. I can't wait to see what their plans are going to be for Konoha Village. Otherwise, some other things about this chapter that are pretty interesting is the Kages themselves. They don't really do much. They're basically just there to stand around and talk about how awesome everything is now and how things used to suck, and that's pretty much that. I am a little disappointed that Hagoromo is still not getting into the backstory of Kaguya Otsutsuki. I'm not sure why they're avoiding this so much and why they just don't want to get into it, but if they don't explain it, I'm actually going to be a little bit of angry about that. I want to still know Kaguya's backstory. I want to learn about Hagoromo's brother. I want to learn about all that stuff, and they still have a little bit of time to tell us. I really hope they don't skip over that and just get to the end of the series, which honestly feels like it could happen almost any chapter from now. All they really have to do is go save everybody, and then they just go back to Konoha Village, and that's pretty much the end of the story. Small epilogue. See you guys later. Continue to watch the anime version. I do not know what's going to happen. It really does freak me out that this series is actually coming to an end so quickly. And honestly, this chapter right here was just sort of, a calm right before the end of the series. And there were a lot of standout moments. Like, if you wanted to see Kurama the Nine-Tailed Fox flipping off Naruto, you're gonna see it this week! So what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Naruto? It was okay. It's a chapter that's starting to wrap up some of the final parts of the series. They can't just end the battle right there and immediately skip to something else. What do they think this is, Bleach? They have to actually give us a little bit of resolution. And I like that. I also really loved the conversation that Naruto had with his father. It was a very emotional moment, and probably my favorite thing about this week's chapter. Like I said, I'm disappointed that Kakashi doesn't have his powers anymore, but he's the type of character that I think doesn't need the Sharingan to be an awesome character. I mean, if you guys remember, even before he had that Sharingan, he was a little badass. And over time, he has gained so much experience, so I can still see him as a very high-level ninja at this point. Although I'm really interested to see how they're going to handle all of the ninja villages after all this is done. Maybe they're going to do like a whole like reformation about it. Or maybe like they're just going to change the rules of how they do like the exams and how they handle wars in the ninja world. There's actually a lot of things that they need to talk about and discuss, and unfortunately it's the type of stuff that we're probably not going to get that much, and considering how many characters there are in the series, we frankly just aren't going to get coverage from every single person. I'm kind of shocked though, like still, I can't believe that it's ending this soon. I can't get over that fact. And there's really no way to predict when the series is going to end. A lot of people have suggested that it might end at chapter 700, which would be great. That'd be a nice number to end at. That would mean we only have a couple more chapters to go. But that also gives us ample enough time to sort of explain Kaguya's backstory, do a quick little epilogue with all of the characters, and we also got to see the final developments between Naruto and Sasuke as well. We saw in this week's chapter that both Hashirama and Madara were able to squash their shit, and before this battle began, it looks like Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were back on track, but I'm sure they still have a lot of things they have to discuss and some things they gotta say. And some people still want to see a battle between Naruto and Sasuke, and honestly, I can't blame you. I want to see it too, especially because these guys have some incredible powers at this point. Kakashi lost all of his powers, but Naruto and Sasuke are still on God level. Not to mention, Sakura can destroy mountains with a single punch. It pretty much shows that a lot of the other characters in the series have a lot of catching up to do. But still, there it is. Classic chapter of Naruto. Happy birthday, Naruto. You definitely deserved it after this long-fought battle. So I'm going to give this week's chapter a 4 out of 5. Check it out, guys. Pretty good stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review today. Before you leave, make sure to hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. And please tell me what you thought about this week's chapter of Naruto. Are you sad that the series is going to be coming to an end? And what do you think is going to happen in the final chapters of Naruto? Do you think there's going to be another plot twist? Do you think there's going to be another battle? Or do you think it's just going to end with all of them hanging out on Mount Hokage telling us see you next time? Otherwise, that's it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. That way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews, like our brand new Dragon Con video, or my top 10 Generation 1 Pokemon, because it's Pokemon month! So make sure to check all that stuff out, and also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll put links for all that stuff in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.